I know, we missed a day, but nonetheless, it's the beginning of the week and it's time for another Riftbound Market Monday!
Yes! Yes!
So I just came off of a great weekend, and honestly, it was me vending at an amazing card show where Pokemon was pretty much not really selling, not even really the modern stuff. It looked like really only Riftbound sealed singles and people wanting to play it were moving as well as playmats. So it's really looking like we're entering, or we are not entering, but we are in a player's market, which is a lot of the reason why the prices are where they are. So there's a couple things I'm going to go into this video, and that is there are collectors out there. There are people I know that were looking specifically for the signatures, which I unfortunately didn't have, and some people looking for just the over numbers of some of the cards or the showcases. So it's definitely has a collectability and a collector's market. Um, but the prices are kind of out of this world. And we're going to take a look at some of them today. We're going to go through what I think is happening and where everything's going. So, again, everything's going to be in USD. I'm in Canada. So, if you're watching from Canada, just do the conversion. It's a little bit, it's like 1.4 roughly is the conversion on the prices. But it's kind of crazy. It's kind of wild to see this TCG where it's at, where everything's going up and rising, whereas Pokemon and Magic are kind of on the downward spiral, and someone would even say the Pokemon market is crashing. I don't believe that's the case. I think we're just entering a period of winter where people are not really spending excess money on Pokemon cards because they have gifts, they have obligations, and people tend to spend less on themselves during this time period. It's just how things are, right? So I think what we're seeing here is completely normal for that market, but for the Riftbound market, we're seeing an uptick, and I want to talk a little bit about it. So let's get into it. So we're here on TCG Player, and as we can see here, Riftbound booster boxes, they're insane. The prices are insane. Display prices are insane. If you're buying a full case, it's crazy. It's like $1,800 for a case is wow. Wow. It's bringing the booster box prices up. Of course, our Spiritforged out of stock pre-release, we don't know where that's going to sit. I think it's going to be very expensive. So I think we're pretty much looking at the normalcy of that for the time being. Kaisa, again, most expensive signature. People are playing Kaisa. People want the signature for Kaisa. The art looks really good. Collectability and people wanting to play Kaisa and bling out their deck, they might be willing to pay top dollar. That's definitely some whales out there who are doing that if they're playing with the card, but collectability wise, I think it's crazy. Ari, the nine-tailed fox. Of course, she's next up. People love the art. People love Ari. The artist signature looks so clean. To be honest, the artist signature on that card almost kind of blends into the art there. So another reason why I think is where it's at. But I just want to take a look at something. So if we look at where it is on the charts here, and we'll just move this over. So if we take a look where it is on the charts here, you'll see that we had pre-release, we had release, it went up, and then it's kind of settled around this price. I think things are still settling, and I think we can expect that maybe it stays around this price or maybe goes up. I know there are some PSA 9s and PSA 10s rather that were selling for some ridiculous like $5,000. So we're looking at something that collectability wise, I think these cards, this Kaisa, the Ari, the set, the Misfortune is going to be really up there. Victor and Volibear seem to not be so much. It's a shame. Victor's my favorite character. Victor is my favorite, honestly, the art of it, even though, he's arcanified, I still like it. But it's something. So I can see those prices kind of staying where they are, if not going up. I think the Victor and the Volibear are a little undervalued, personally. I think price that we should be seeing them set at, based again on my calculations, is we should see a signature no less than $800 USD. And that's just based upon how much it costs, especially as the box prices go up. The more expensive the box is, the more expensive the signatures are, because you need more money to buy more boxes to increase your chances to pull one. So that's all kind of going to be tied together, and I think that's what we're going to see. Again, depends on how much more they print. I don't know what the printing situation is. No one really knows except for Riot. And they seem to be holding it really close to their chest. They say they're going to be printing more, but I'm not skeptical. Like, I know they're going to be printing more. I just don't know when and how, because UVS is printing it. They don't just print one card game, they print multiple. I believe they only have one print studio. I could be wrong on that. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong about that. But it's printed in a studio that is shared. They need to print Spiritforged, need to make sure they have enough market for Spiritforged, and they still need to print more of Origins. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with that, if they're going to be playing catch up. Like, it's so popular right now that it is in a weird spot. So this is something we got to take a watch at and look at. Let's go over back to sealed here. So if we're taking a look at our sealed prices, again, yeah, Lisa and Blind Monks, about where I expect it to be. I think that's where it should be, roughly the price. Teemo, same thing. Misfortune, all these other signatures, they're undervalued, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong, I just think they are. But then again, the Darius one took a hit. It was on the top of its charts. It's now gone back down. Again, they're all out of stock. So notice they're all out of stock. And I feel like this is because people see these prices and they're like, there's no way it's going to be this low. They're buying them up. So as soon as they go out, they buy up. Well, we're going to ignore the World's Bundle because, God, that's a whole different thing. And it's pre-sale. Same with the Arcane Riftbound, which, again, it makes no sense. That, you know, they're on pre-sale. They don't even exist yet. The Teemo Scout GG Easy, it's gone up in price. So if we look at it, it was at $250. It's steadily climbing. I don't know if this is due to some sort of market manipulation or due to people like loving the art. It looks sick. I think it's amazing. I don't know if people are buying it just because they think it's going to go up in price or exactly what. But I do know that it is a great card, and it is a sick card. Ignore the Spiritforged booster box. Here we go. Proving Grounds. I want to talk about Proving Grounds. Proving Grounds is crazy expensive. It's super expensive. $191 is an insane price for a product that I'm pretty sure costs $59.99 to $69.99 MSRP. That's crazy. I know they're not going to be reprinting it, which is probably the reason why. That it is where it is. Like, they're not going to reprint the box. The cards, yes, they're going to be reprinting them, putting them in Nexus Knights, but they're not going to be remaking the box. The box set, the entry to Proving Grounds is just, it's where it is. It's super expensive. It's probably going to be part of history. I don't believe that we're going to see any other iterations of this kind of a box for the Origins, but maybe we'll get something similar for Spiritforged or going forward in other sets. So if you can see them for a good price, I'd pick them up. I'd buy them. If you want to hold on to them, I don't think it's a dumb hold. I think it's pretty smart. If you want to just buy them and offload them, do that. If you want to buy them and open it, I mean, some of the cards are going in there. I think the Flash, last time I checked, is going for $30 a piece. You get 2 of them in the Annie deck in there. It's really because the cards in there are super sought after and only in that Proving Grounds at the moment. That you're seeing these prices where they are. So a lot of the, again, it's all supply demand. Like, this entire market is supply demand. Supply super low, demand super high, hence the prices are crazy. RE promo, I sold one of those for 250 Canadian, which is about 160, 170 USD roughly. So yeah, the Canadian dollar is that low. For those of you watching from America, it sucks, but that's it. RE exclusive promo, I love it. People think it's overhyped and overpriced, and I know they're going to be having more of these for the events going forward into 2026, but c'est la vie. I think it's still something that's a part of Riftbound history. People want it, people have it. I have my own copy just for my own collecting, and I just want it. It's part of history of Riftbound. Again, a game that I love so much. Next, let's get into actual playable cards besides Kaisa's showcase, which is the most expensive showcase without a signature, might I add. And oh, I guess it's not actually. The Ari one is the most expensive now. But the Kaisa is second for playing. So it looks like playables. People want to bling out their decks. They're okay spending $140, $150, including shipping for these cards. So we can see that the market price is pretty steady there. Going into actual playables, Dead Bloom Predator is at the top of its game at $101 USD. Insane prices for this card. A lot of Yi builds, even MF is running it. So I think we're probably going to continuously see this card. It's very strong for the price. It has an amazing ability and it's large. So I think we're going to be seeing this run in orange all the time. I don't expect this price to drop for now until they reprint it to all high hell. And that's if they can do it. And if they do it, and I'd hope they do it for the longevity and sake of this game. I want people to have product. I want people to play. I want people to be excited about this game. And if you can't get product at a good price, then you're not going to be excited. But yeah, so that's a really high priced card because, again, it's very good. Same with Time Warp. Take an extra turn. I mean, it's Time Warp. It's a Time Walk. It's any card like this that allows you to basically have an ability to win outright is going to be very good. And it's going to see a lot of play in almost every blue deck, I believe. I don't know necessarily if Victor would run it. Just thinking off the top of my head, maybe sideboarding it or having it there just in case is not the worst idea. But it's just, you win. You can win. If you're at 7 points and all you got to do is hold for another turn and your opponent's tapped out and you're okay to spend that much runes, then, I mean, it's a almost a guaranteed win in some scenarios, right? Okay, let's speak over the over numbers. Again, these are about where I think they should be. I think they're gonna all settle at about $100 to $150. I still think there's room for them to go up just due to the scarcity of them in boxes. But 1 to 2 a box, I mean, I can see them. The alternate art for Kaisa is the only alternate art that is as expensive as it is. It is crazy considering that you are guaranteed in a box 2 of the Kaisas, or 2 of the alt arts at least, 2 to 3. It's crazy because the pull rates for these should be higher than any of the overnumbered. I expect this to drop when Kaisa either becomes less meta and or people are just kind of over it. The art's amazing, don't get me wrong. I just don't think it should be as expensive as it is. I think it should be sitting where the other alternate arts are, around the $20, $30, $40 range. I don't think it should ever be 91. If we look at the charts history here, you'll notice that it dropped after release and it slowly is coming back up. I think we're sitting at about a middle ground where it's steadying out, but again, it's too early to tell, and we will not know until the game is fully released, with the extra reprints in mind. Next, we have Dazzling Aurora, of course. It's an amazing card again. It's pretty much a game-ending card. Market has for 83, one listing from 115. Not surprising. Again, like I said last time, these listing prices are probably more likely what the prices are going to sell for. The market price is just an aggregate, and what I've been noticing about some of these cards is, not necessarily all of them, but if you look at some cards, the prices are being driven down a little bit because there are people selling Chinese cards on TCG under the English for really, really cheap. And I don't know if they're doing it as like maybe someone will, misclick and buy my card for half the price. That's Chinese and pretty much worthless in the American market. But yeah, that is a thing that's happening. So I've noticed it for a few cards. I don't know if I'll find it here, but maybe on some of the other cards you can see when they have them in stock that it's there. Again, going over the over numbers, we have Kaisa Survivor, which is it's crazy. It's crazy because Kaisa should not be this price just for an epic. 78 is kind of crazy. I know Dead Bloom and Time Warp are there, but Kaisa is so specific. I guess it just shows you everyone's playing Kaisa right now, so the demand is there. I think all these epics are overpriced and they should drop down. Dead Bloom and Time Warp included. I know you only get 6 per box, but it just seems a little high, and I feel like we're going to just see the meta things that are up there. Kathy and Rain, same thing. We're sitting at around $65 market, along with White Flame Predator at 63, Invert Timelines 61, Showstoppers 57. So these are all cards. If you see them in the wild, grab them along with Thousand Tail Watcher. I feel like with the new metas coming out with Spiritforged, we're going to see some price changes, so be prepared for that. Because once new cards come out, people are going to start theory crafting new metas and theory crafting what cards are actually worth something or not, and you're going to see the prices drastically fluctuate. We're getting spoilers as early as next week, Monday, so be prepared, be wary. The 24th will be a day where I feel like we'll see some fluctuation in the market. Granted, there's product for there to be, but right now it's so scarce, it's hard to say. Here's the flash of talking about. It looks like it's gone up. It was at 36 US. It's at 36 USD with one listing from $45. So again, this is part of the Proving Grounds set. The Proving Grounds cards are very good, some of them, and it's really showing in the prices. The set alternate sitting at 35. Seals have gone up. So before we saw seals sitting around $15 to $20 a card. Again, this is part of that release of Spiritforged being really gear heavy meta. I think a lot of gear is going to go up. This is shown in the seals going up. We have the Seal of Unity for $30, Seal of Rage for $30. Ignore Set Brawler and Bullet Time. Again, these are going to be just playables. But there's a couple other seals I wanted to show you. Seal of Insight for $17. Basically, everywhere where you're seeing a big drop in price, a big drop in card value, you're going to be seeing the seals. But I think the seals are probably all going to go up, and depending on what cards are playable and played, you'll notice this. If we get into the rares, I'll just switch the rarity here real quick. So we can go through some of the rare prices here. We have Zonia's Hourglass, which is sitting at $14.62 in US dollars. It's about $15. It's kind of crazy. It's a good card in green. You can hide it for free, and the next time a friendly unit would die, kill this instead and recall that unit exhausted. So a great save card, going to be used in green decks, G decks, RE decks. Next for rares, Falling Star, of course, we have Kaisa. That's sitting at around $13.89. Darius Trifarian, we have one listing for $15. Market price is $12.50. Kiana's gone up. Kiana has gone up substantially. If you look at the chart here, you'll notice that we had a drop to about $5 USD and a rebound to about $11.45. It's because when she conquers, you draw a card or channel one ruin exhausted. Gives you options, the ability to ramp, and also the ability to just straight up get some extra deck draw. So a lot of flexibility there. Of course, you're looking at this, you're going to see all the Proving Ground cards are pretty much sitting around the $15 to $20 to $30 to $40 mark in some cases. So again, justifying that Proving Grounds price at the moment. Dr. Mundu, the Mundarino, very good in blue. Sometimes you would deck him in Victor against Kaisa, but he's just good in general. His might being increased by the number of cards in your trash is great for a deck that is destroying things in the trash. So even gives Jinx playability. He can be a pretty big card. So I feel like he is not a bad thing to have. So if we're just going over that and the rares, again, Feyfolk, Fiora, Nocturne, Master Yi, Leona. I'm pretty sure that Mind Splitter is going to go up. I don't think it's going to stay here, but it's a pretty good card, I'd say, because you have a little bit of control. So I feel like if seals are being played, if you have more ability to play bigger things without losing out ramp, it might be a thing that we see going forward. So lots of fun things coming down the pipeline. Lots of cards that are coming up in price. The market overall is saturated with people just buying them up as soon as they come. And I'm going to be honest, I think this should not be the normal. As a vendor, I have a lot of Riftbound, so it works for me and my business, but I think the price still needs to go down a little bit, because even as a vendor, buying these cards to sell them is such a risk for me, because there's such a risk that it will go down at some point when reprints are here or announced. Also, just with the emerging metas, I don't think this game, people keep on telling me this game's gonna die. Oh, this game is in trouble, supply, etc. I actually don't think that's the case. I have a lot of faith for this game, a lot of faith in Riot, and I think that we're gonna see this game probably prosper. And I want to see this game prosper. I want to see this game succeed in all that it wants to be. So I think there's just a lot of people that are preying on its downfall just because the other markets that they're in may not be doing as well right now, and because of that they're feeling a little wouldn't say scared, but a little upset that their investments are coming too. But in terms of just straight up longevity, I think this game has staying power and it's fun to play and it has a competitive scene already forming. And the Reddit has grown since launch at 20,000 people to almost like 110,000 people. It's just not possible for this game to just fall off the face of the earth. This isn't a game like Gundam where product's short but there's not that many players. This product's short but there's a lot of players, and I think that's a reason why product's short is because as people are buying it, yes, there are the players, but there is an aspect of people who are just fans of League, who want to see their favorite characters on a card and want to own that card. And, you know, I think people greatly, greatly, greatly underestimate the League of Legends crowd and how much of their life, their childhood, their everything is formulated around this game and how much has impacted them. So I truly believe that if anything in terms of even gameplay seems to fall off slightly, there will be people who collect this game just because it is their favorite IP, it has their favorite characters, and they want to see them physically. And in terms of people who are saying, oh, this shouldn't be a collector's game, why can't it be both? Why can't this be a playable game and a collector's game? There's no harm with that, especially for the overnumbers and alt arts that you don't need to play the game. There should be no problem with people buying them because they like them or grading them because they want to. That might be a contentious topic for most people, but for me, it's not. And I'm going to leave this video kind of unedited so you just see like my process and my thinking. I don't really want to edit it too much. I don't really want to be someone who's sitting here and cherry picking things that I'm saying. I like to be a little more off the cuff, so you're experiencing things as I'm experiencing things. I'm gonna make another video soon, talking about the release that they just had. I'm talking about more Spiritforged leaks, and also going over the information that we learned about like the 40 over numbers. But that will be coming soon. So stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Come join the Forge family. I'd love to have you here. Thank you for all your guys' support. If you liked what I've been spitting out today, leave a comment, leave a like. If you didn't like it, leave a comment, leave a dislike. Let's talk about it. I'd love to have discussions. I'm hoping to get in contact with some other League content, Riot, some other Riftbound content creators, just so we can have a discussion. I'd love to have them on Discord and just talk about a few things and see where their thoughts are, and get a video out for you guys of that. So if you want to see that also, let me know. Anyways, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I gotta edit this video a little bit, and I'll talk to you guys later.